Hey, what's going on? It's your boy KQKC coming with another throwdown live stream. And this live stream is for my subscribers, viewers, anyone that want to chime in. I love to talk. Sometimes I ramble, but that's okay because what you hear is the truth coming from KQKC. Now, one thing I would like to do first, I want to first thank the LDBC because they are, as usual, I say this mostly every time I do a live stream, they are a great group of guys, okay? And the topic that I just want to reiterate on, and the topic I want to talk about, and feel free to chime in. I think sometimes I talk too much and don't get the chat room enough to speak. And I will answer any and every question that you might have. Now, when will the true fighters step up and fight for their legacy? When? When are they going to do that? And not only my channel, you have other channels that believe in the same thing. You got channels that explain the same situation I'm about to explain. And that situation is there's no more legacy. Like Oscar De La Hoya, Mr. Fishnet / Special Man. There's no more legacy. If it is, great. If it ain't, they're not trying anyway. Basically, what I'm saying is that they don't give a shit about legacy. You know what they give a shit about? Just about every other athlete think about, and that's money. They no different than any other athlete. There's no difference. Once you become a household name, somewhat, or if you become undefeated, somewhat, if you become a outspoken fighter, that doesn't matter. What matters is how much will I get for this fight. For example, let's take the Charlo brothers. And I really believe in the Charlos. You know, call me crazy, call me a fanboy, call me any name you want to call me. But I guarantee you that once someone says, or the WBC, IBL, it doesn't matter what governing body says. If they say, hey, you will have to fight your mandatory, who's been waiting damn near 2.5 years to fight you, to have the opportunity to be super champion. So either you drop the belt, relinquish the belt, give up the belt, whatever the fuck you want to call it, you're going to fight this man or move the fuck along. So therefore, Triple G would say, okay, I'll fight him. Then there you go. We ain't talking about legacy. We talking about pride now. And I guarantee you the Charlo brothers have that lion pride. Let me tell you something. A lion is supposed to be the king of the jungle. The lion has what you call a pride. And their pride is the provider. It sounds strange coming from an animal point of view. They are the provider. The lioness are the providers. They do the hunting. They do the stalking. They do the strategizing. Then when they take down a buffalo by jumping on him, outnumbering him, biting his spine so he can fall, sometimes they get eaten alive. But when lions, the king of the jungle, when he comes, everybody get off the carcass and let them eat first. Why? Because they are lions. They are true lions. The darker the mane around their head, the older they are and the more experienced they are. That's the Charlo brothers. Don't think they came up easily. No, they did not. They always took the hard fights, except for a few exceptions that they didn't know nothing about until they got in the ring, like the young man with one leg. How the hell, first of all, he passed the physical to get in there with one leg? Hello. Now, I might be wrong, but the governing body went on and let him, fight. Now, it might be a little bit on, I'm not going to say the crooked side, but, it is what it is. Well, the basic point I'm trying to make, I don't want to be rambling. What I'm trying to say is that the Charlo brothers have heart of a lion. They go around and patrol their territory, just like a real lion does. And their territory is Triple G. Well, one territory is Triple G. You're going to shut up or you're going to fight and put up. So, would you consider them the boogeyman of the 154 or 168? I don't know. Would he fight Canelo? Doubt it. Doubt it very seriously. Why? Because Charlo don't want nothing to ruin that so-called great deal that he won't see most of the money. That great deal that he will fight a person like Rocky Fielding before he fight a top-notch fighter. You don't get no points for fighting someone that's not, I'm not going to call them bums. I keep trying to tell everybody, a fighter is not a bum. A bum don't step in the ring and risk his life just for fucking fun or just for money. That's not, I repeat, that's not proving a legacy. That proves that you got heart. That proves that true grit is real. That's what it proves. Another thing, what it proves. It proves that no matter how you feel about the Charlo brothers, no matter how you feel about Deontay Wilder, these are true champions. They are still true hungry champions. Is it Deontay Wilder's fault? Fault? Because other fighters don't want to fight him? No. Smash that like button if you will. No. It's not his fault. It's not his fault that they rather fight other fighters besides the Charlo brothers. Why? Because they know what the Charlo brings to the table. They know what Deontay Wilder brings to the table. I don't call no one a bum. I don't. But they see that the opponents Deontay Wilder knocks out. I'm not going to even say win, because he win once you knock him out. But when you knock out 39 motherfuckers in a row, I mean, it got to be something good about that man. I mean, if you want to admit it or not, Mr. Hearn, it's something about that man. And you know it, Mr. Hearn. Why? Because your ass was trying to sign him. See, the whole concept of this legacy, this whole concept of boxing in a business sense, other words, out the ring, is bullshit. That's all. Bullshit. You come over here, you can sign and make it just as much money you made last year. If you come over here, I can pay you X amount of dollars. Now, if I'm wrong or I'm right, a lot of fighters from the zone just found out this type of shit. No, it's not going to last. As long as PBC, Showtime, Fox are alive and doing well, then it will last. Now, the reason why HBO went down the tube, it's on them. It's their fault. It's not boxing fault. It's their fault. They choose to turn their back on the American fighter, except Andre Ward. But he's light-skinned enough where he can where they can get away with calling off him and Kovalev in the same sentence, just like Chocolito in the same sentence. They rather support outside forces or foes against the American fighter. Facts. Facts, people. That's what it is. Facts. Then here come the so-called racist comments. Oh yeah, they get them in there. They slide them in there. You have to be a fool. Excuse my terminology. You have to really be slightly mentally ill not to catch on of what they're saying about black fighters. And what makes it so bad, on the left or right, you have a black fighter named Roy Jones, who don't put nobody in check. He's more of a company man now, like Timothy Bradley. He's a company man. And what I mean by company man, He would say, he would do anything the company of top rank would ask him to do. Now, that's one thing I like about Al Heyman. When you're an advisor, that's what you do. You advise. And it's up to you to make the ultimate decision. Not somebody else making the decision for you. See how Eddie Hearn made the decision for Anthony Joshua? Well, I don't know about London. I only know just a little tidbits of it. But I know he's one of the worst cowardly heavyweights out there. Not my words. The American people words. Some in the UK words. Now, you come on now. You got to tell me that the UK people is not wondering why Anthony Joshua would not fight Deontay Wilder when he can win and take that belt and be the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Now, we already had Chance Crawford do it. All right? We already had Usyk do it. And that's all we had to do it in the last 10 plus years. Anthony Joshua, he could have done it. But sometimes it's fear. These fighters are going through fear. They actually know how they so-called opponent that called them out hits. See, that was so clever about Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather, he had his opponents already feared before they even got in the ring. They watched tapes on him. They watched his fundamentals. They watched his defensive skills. They knew they had slow feet once they saw his footwork. So when you go into a fight and you have doubt written across your lips, then you got a problem. Yes, sir, you have a goddamn problem. Now, when would he fight to step up? What would it take for the fighters to step up? Come on, leave me a chat. Let's chat about it. I know I'm a new channel, but I know my boxing. I don't know everything, but for OG, I know a little bit. All right? I know a little bit. No matter what, this fight I'm about to name, no matter what, he's not going to turn down a fight. Sure, he wants money, just like the next motherfucker. Yes, he wants money. But he's not going to say anything bad, anything derogatory towards his opponent. And that's Austin Trout. I like Austin Trout, but he always getting the short end of the stick. He's a great boxer. He's a great ring technician. And he never get the recognition he deserves. That's why I said what I said about promoters. You don't need them. They need you, really. Only time you need a promoter is to get your foot in the door, to get your name buzzing, to get your name ringing. Then you make your move. It's been done many times before. That's right. Then you make your move. So the moral of this motherfucking story is step up or shut the fuck up. See, I'm not going to take anything away from Floyd Mayweather inside the ring. I'm not. Because I grew up on Floyd. I've seen what he has done. I've seen what he can do. And guess what? And he has done it. But when you step out that ring, it seems like he's a different person. Legacy, he don't give a fuck. Like he said, I'm providing for my kids and grandkids. He don't give a shit about my legacy. Only legacy he has is that he's 50-0. But I count 49-0. So, therefore, KQKC will ask the question again. Will when a true fighter step up? Now, Earl Spence, now, he wants to fight. I don't have no doubt about it. Terence Crawford want to fight. But it's not going to happen right now. Now, let's say Terence Crawford will be fighting such and such something. What if he break his hand or his arm or whatever, and that fight going to be pulled back, if it ever be a fight or a name, a date, whatever. And Earl, the same way. He hit so hard that not only did he break the man's head open, but he broke his hand. So the moral of this motherfucking story is you got to stand up, people. You got to stand up against these boxers that rather choose. Now listen to what I'm saying there. They rather choose money over legacy. I heard one fighter said that, yes, my legacy means a lot to me, but my financial stability means a lot more. Wow. Boxing has changed. Retro documentary boxing is correct. I'm old school. I'm an OG. I seen some wars. I seen some fights. And no, they wasn't getting paid like the fighters today are getting paid. Now, I will give you this, Mr. Al Heyman. He stepped up and said, wait a minute, time out. The fighters back then, the Ernie Shavers, the Joe Frazier's, Muhammad Ali, George Foreman, they all are not thinking about legacy either. The legacy is not going to put money in their pocket, and they have it. Sure, you get dressed up once a year and go to the inductee Hall of Fame or whatever. Sure, great, marvelous. But we got to get away from that mindset, people. We got to get away from it. The money gonna come. All you got to do is do what you always do. Win. from a prospect to a contender, and on and on. All you have to do is win. Then the money will come. That's all you got to do. Then you talking about legacy? You don't give a shit about legacy? You know what? That's most of your young fighters coming up now. They want to get paid. They want to get paid and not played. The legacy, they believe, will come when they're dead and gone. That's that mentality thinking of Floyd Mayweather. You know, less risk, more reward. But now things have changed. Things have came full motherfucking circle. Your less risk, and your reward, and a great reward, going to make you look like a coward. It'll make you look soft. That's what it is. Hey, glad to see you, my pa. Welcome, brother. Welcome, Marcus Johnson, brother. I'm going to raise you up, too. These guys don't want to commit and grind. No, they don't. You know, I just did a video about Eddie Hearn just this morning, early. He stated, and I quote, and motherfucking unquote, Eddie Hearn stated that if Deontay Wilder knocks out Tyson Fury, that's be a bad, bad fight for the American people. What? Am I missing motherfucking something? Because I don't think that's right. How is that a bad fight? Yeah, I can understand his point of view when he knocked him out in the 5th round. I mean, not the 5th round, maybe the 1st round, even the 2nd. You know? So I would like to see how much of Deontay Wilder's game has changed. You know? I want to see a lot of them wrinkles ironed out. I want to see Tyson Fury box Deontay Wilder. Then, with all that weight down the line, he might get you. So we know when fatigue sets in. Fatigue has your mouth open, taking deep breaths. Either your left or right will drop, or either both will drop and leave you wide open. So how is that a bad fight when Deontay Wilder can go 5 or 6 rounds and knock him out? I'm okay with that. If that will happen, 5 or 6 rounds, that's all right. You know, I got my money's worth because I'm supporting the champ. An American champ at that. If my pa had a Russian champ, I'm quite sure he support that Russian champ. It is what it is, people. So that goes to show you that, first of all, Deontay Wilder is 40-0 with 39 KOs. The first 10 in a row he knocked out. Even the first 20 he knocked out. The first 25 he knocked out in a row. He should be mobbed going down the street. But he's not. Why? The marketing. That's why I was so glad this weekend to see All Access on channel for Showtime. And that was pretty deep. It was okay. You see, as I explained before, Everybody is different. These two guys are not fighting for the money. They're not fighting for a gold, pure gold and diamond belt with all the diamonds and everything. No, they're not fighting for that. You know what they're fighting for? Pride. They both came up rough. They came to fight to see who is the best in the heavyweight division. That's where they come from. Deontay Wilder, he has a lot to prove. Not only to himself, not only to his family or to his team. He has a lot to prove to other heavyweights out there. Same way with Tyson Fury. He has a lot to prove. He has a lot to say, hey, look, yes, I was an addict. Yes, I did have some mental illnesses. But I did bounce back. I did lose 150 pounds before my last fight. I am working harder than I ever worked in the last 2 years. So, these guys have a lot to fight about. Yes, they do. And we know they do. And we know the reason why Eddie Hearn is trying. He's trying to make his move now. See, because he knows if Deontay Wilder knocked this Gypsy King out, I don't give a shit what round. It could be the 12th round. He's setting up some kind of situation where he won't have to fight Joshua. Simple. That's all it is. Now, if I'm wrong, someone please explain it to me. Now, I'm just going to read what Parr said. It's reality, modern boxing, business for Bar Aaron and others him. No emotions is only by a business, for him and sorry for many fighters too. Bingo, Mapar. Yes, it is. Because first thing they do, management, advisor, promoter, fighter, whoever involved in the inner circle of making a fight, determining what type of fight it would be, eliminator, or would it be a title fight, or would it be for all the marbles? So, basically, I think that it should be the best fighting the best. Yeah, the best we find the next best. That's how it should be. That's how it used to be. We all remember the ancient games when the Romans would put together a team. They turned on them. Spartacus. They used weapons at that time, but our weapons is our hands. It's a sport, people. Now, let me read a little bit more on. What's up, Jay Good? Salute to you, brother. Salute to the chat. KQ, good morning, brother. Good morning to you. And he also said good morning to the chat. So, but I'm trying to establish this, this money part. And, like I say, I'm sorry. And Floyd Mayweather always been my idol. He had done some defensive skills and moves and everything in the ring that no fighter have ever thought of. He came out the crib fighting. He dropped out of school fighting. And I mean, he's just an all around type of fighter that you would love to have in your corner. But I'm going to tell you this. He fucked up when he got out that ring. See, all it takes is one person to take that model up that less risk, big reward. Now, all these fighters trying to take it now. The person they suggesting that they give or should have, they have a dispute about it with his own guy. Oh, I think I should get paid more. Why? Because you won your last 3 fights? No. How did you look in your last 3 fights? How do you determine how much this fighter should get and how much this fighter should get? Oh, you the A side, so that means you get more, and he's the B side. No, I don't look at that. I look at the all-around performance of a fighter. That's how I look at it. So what I'm saying is, fighters like Earl Spence, laid back, chilled out dude. He ran across Terrence Crawford. But everybody wrote about that. Oh, that moment he met Keith Thurman. But you know what? You know, this is a quote, motherfucking quote. You got people like Coach on the LDBC. He told it like it was. You got other channels telling it like it is. You know, Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford are friends. But they try to blindside us, the ones that making their salary possible, by sitting up there. They're not lying, but they sit up there telling us or showing us that they have bad blood, which they don't. It's called marketing. It's called selling yourself. See, I caught on when he said to Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford, that I FaceTime you, dude, and you didn't even answer. Then Floyd was like, man, you fucking up, dude. I don't know your number. Here, write it down, punch it in. But Terrence Crawford, how did you get his number? I hope Earl ain't got buddies out there just giving out his number to everybody. If so, he need to change that number. When you become a certain status, I don't care if it's money or whatever, you have some jealous people out there. I mean, I'm sorry, it's just jealous people out there. That video I just did this morning states how jealous Eddie Hearn is. That's why he said it would be a bad fight if Deontay Wilder knocks out Tyson Fury. No, he's not going to knock him out in the first round. No. Deontay Wilder is a different fighter than once before. He would go out there, establish his power, use his jab, and get him out of there. Just in the nick of time when it's time for news. You get him out of there. But Tyson Fury, he won't get him out of there. Not no first round. But if you get him out of there on the 5th or 6th round, I'm okay with that. But that don't make it a bad fight. That's what I'm trying to tell everybody. A bad fight is holding. Hit behind the head. Head bust every 5 minutes. That's a bad fight. Holding on Deontay Wilder so he can't get off. Holding on to Tyson Fury so he can't get off. That's a bad fight. When you have two heavyweight technicians filling out each other the first two rounds, even the third round, they both flicking off that jab. That doesn't make it a bad fight. So, if you know what I know about boxing, you will say no, it's wrong. He is wrong. I mean, this won't be the first time he has been wrong, but it upsets me because I know what both of these men been through. All Access gave you a sneak preview this weekend on the lifestyle of Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. So, therefore, Deontay Wilder came up just like the Charlos. As you can see, I'm not a fanboy of the Charlos. I just like the way they have great balance when they fight. I'm talking about how they throw a jab on a southpaw, just like he throw a jab on an orthodox fighter. When you can do that, you made it. When you do that, you done good. But again, Charlo came up through the ranks. And when I mean he came up through the ranks, I'm talking about he came up and had to fight. I don't know, maybe he had to fight in the park, or maybe he had to fight in his basement. But he took all comers. He didn't dodge nobody. Anybody wanting to fight him, set it up. He didn't say, well, how much money we playing for? How much money we gonna fight for? So basically, that's what's going on. Same way with Tyson Fury. He's not, hopefully, get tired out. Especially when you carry all that weight on you. All that weight. But don't ever say that that will be a bad fight. Matter of fact, being a good fight for boxing alone make it a good fight. I mean, think about this. Just think about this. The lineal heavyweight champion of the world. Never lost in the ring. He was stripped outside the ring of mental illness, alcoholic problems, etc. But he bounced back and he beat that. That's not a hard thing to beat. We all got cousins. We all got uncles. We all got aunties. We all got sisters and brothers that have fucked with that shit before. And that shit ain't easy to get off of. But only the strong will survive. And that's Tyson Fury. He's a big man with a big heart and plan on doing some big things on December the 1st. How that's a bad fight? Then you got the other side, Deontay Wilder. He's in a state where they dream, where they write, where they talk about nothing but Alabama football. He's in football country. College football country, high school football country, heavily recruited football country. But we talking about a 6'7" heavyweight that had to save his daughter's life, that had the Harvard University law school. Never been to a flight school. He had to do what he had to do. He didn't come out the crib fighting. Sure, he went to the Olympics, but the fight that always getting taken down from a certain video channel, they take his videos down. Why? Because Deontay Wilder never got knocked down as a professional boxer. We're talking about professional boxing. We're not talking about first-time amateur, first-time Olympian with no fundamental skills. Picked him. Why? The height. They believe he has something that can go a long ways. And I believe it too. But I'm just trying to show you how Deontay Wilder wasn't fed a silver spoon in his mouth. Most guys that knock out 10 people in a row, they get a title shot right off the bat. Anybody knock out 25 in a row, get mobbed, walking down the street, and boom, get a title shot right off the bat. But no, I'm not going to blame Al Heyman. I'm not going to blame Shelly Finkel. I'm not going to blame Lou DiBella. Because Lou DiBella, he works with every damn body. So, therefore, Deontay Wilder took it upon himself to market himself, to do all access himself, and do the things that's asked of him. That's talk for you. Sure, Deontay Wilder can say, well, I'm not re-signing, or I'm not signing anything till I start making at least 5 million fights, 5 million per year. Can you match that? Oh, trust me, they can. Oh, they can. So, with that, it's the real deal. You know, it's the real deal. You know, most of these fighters, all they care about is money. They don't care about no legacy. Legacy, they believe, is for the birds. Legacy, they believe, is for when I'm dead and gone, you all make up your mind what you want to do. But right now, these young guns are thinking about what? Money. How much I'm going to get? Soon, a promoter, soon, an advisor, bring a good fight, a 50-50 fight to a fighter. Example. Just a false example. Let's say Terence Crawford, and they bring it to Earl Spence. Hey, the Terence Crawford fight, I think we should put it on in 2 months, 3 months, to give you time to prepare. Well, how much I'm getting paid? First motherfucking question to come out their mouth. How much I'm going to get paid? Let me read this, a couple of these real fast. Hey, good morning, underrated darkness. Always count on my brother. Hey, blood, boxing, retro boxing documentary. It's all right for them to ask for their money, but don't bring it to the fans. Yeah, you right. Greg Wide. Okay, I'm glad I rinsed you up. I was going to rinse you up anyway. Greetings, brothers and sisters. That troll hunter reporting for duty. So watch out, brothers. Gregory Wide is on the motherfucking hunt. But you're right, Blood Retro. You know, yeah, it's okay. It's okay to ask for money, but don't sit there and make the fans empty their bank account paying for pay-per-view or for a motherfucking ticket to come see you. You see what I'm saying? Now, long time ago, see, I'm old school. You know, you sit there and you fight for pride. You fight for the naysayers. You fight to see who is the best. So some people say Holyfield was the best. Some people say Mike Tyson was the best. So they both said, well, we'll see. Let's make the fight happen. And it happened. It don't take 5 years for a fight to happen. It don't take that long. Matter of fact, it don't take long at all to set up a fight. All you have to do is get the venue, make sure both fighters have ample amount of time to go through training camp. Make sure both fighters are satisfied with their purse. And damn, the rest of it is just little things to complete, and that's it. Sign the motherfucking contract and just get it on. But like my boy said, that goddamn Floyd Mayweather syndrome. Low risk, high motherfucking reward. But you know what? That shit backfiring now on their asses. Oh yes, it's backfiring. Why? Because of us, the fans. If we let them know, if we don't buy this shit, if we don't want to see it. Why? Because it's crappy. Less risk. That's just like Danny Garcia fighting Ron Stalker. Less risk, high reward. Let's keep it real. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. Now, I'm not hating on Floyd Mayweather. Please don't think that. Floyd did some outstanding things in the ring. I told you. You know, he was a defensive fighter. Like I said, he didn't create the shoulder roll. He perfected it. He didn't create the check hook, but he perfected it. That's right. But once you step outside that ring, then you got the young boys coming up. They're watching Floyd, watching how he's showing off. See, Floyd the type of fighter. He can't make his money and sit his ass down like Michael Jordan. We all know how Michael Jordan got stock in Nike. He's over $1 billion man. But do you see him in the news or this and that and what he got and this and that? No, you don't. He don't flaunt it. As a matter of fact, rich folks that have money don't flaunt it. Some people you don't even know got money. But see, Floyd was brought up like that. See, I'm not going to say he was in that environment where they they worship drug dealers. Everybody did. But he was in an environment where if you got it, show it. And he's showing it a little too damn much. Why? Because these young motherfuckers think they can be in the same position. But sometimes you gotta give these niggas a rude awakening. Now, Deontay Wilder, he grew up rough, tough. He have kids. He had to support. He ain't crying about the money. He talks about his legacy. That's what he's doing. He's talking about after boxing, how he want to create something for his grandkids, for his kids, so they won't have to come up like he came up. LeBron James, he came back to Cleveland. Why? That's where he's from. He want to do something for his city. Everybody give away turkeys. Everybody hand out money. When I say you want to do something for your community, do something. Build a boys and girls club in the inner city. Build a prestigious school in the inner city where they always uniformed up. Boys' ties are on straight. They pants pulled up on their asses. Teach them how to respect not only themselves, but the elderly. See, that's giving back. See, that's keeping it straight. And for Eddie Hearn to say that, oh, it's a bad fight for Deontay Wilder to knock out Tyson Fury. That's a bad fight. No, it's not. Yes, in a way, it might be a bad fight if he get him out of there in the first round. But if you got a competitive fight, both fighters showing off their power and their skill, and Deontay Wilder knock him off in the 5th or 6th round, I'm fucking okay with that. You know why? Because Tyson Fury put up a good fight. Like I said earlier, Tyson Fury has a lot to prove. Not only to himself, because he came over drug addiction, mental illness addiction, alcohol addiction, and that shit ain't easy to beat. And he overcame that. He want to prove that to his promoter, Frank Warren. He want to prove that to the UK. He want to prove that to Ireland. He want to prove that to his father. Then on the other side, you got Deontay Wilder. The same shit. He has a lot to prove. They doubted him. 39 knockouts. I guess 39 motherfuckers went in the ring and just laid down. Do you know how hard it is to knock a big 200, close to 300-pound nigga out? And I'm talking about out cold. One fighter almost had a seizure, kicking and shit on the canvas. Why? Because his brain was rattling until it found that spot where it was supposed to pop right back in. We know. Y'all know. We ain't gonna talk about Arthur Spilkin. When he hit his ass with that uppercut, and his spirit left his body, his wife brought his spirit back in. Shit. Don't give me that shit. It is what it is. Damn. Gregory Wise said, keep the negotiations in the background where they belong. Don't forget, not on drums. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Okay, what you say, Retro? Eddie Hearn and Liar. That Packwood been a lie his whole life. Oh yes, we talked about that earlier. Blood. You know, I kept saying, you know, I always use this word. I don't know what made me run across it. It's called raconteur. The official definition in the Webster Dictionary says a person who tells stories with skills. Other words, a person that lie and lie his ass off. That's what I got out of it. And I believe, and I said this earlier in the chat, I believe he's a pathological liar. He can't help himself. And I believe he has this rope on so damn tight on Tyson Fury that, I mean, on Anthony Joshua, that after that $50 million comment, Anthony Joshua was scared to say any motherfucking thing. That's what you call a coward. And I drink my Starbucks coffee, man. That's what you call a coward. No. Anthony Johnson should say, look, wait a minute, Eddie. You my promoter, but you ain't my motherfucking father. I'm a grown-ass man, and I can say what I want. I'm the one in there fighting, not you. See, when he said that 50 million, see, the reason why Eddie got so pissed off, because he said it to an Al Heyman fighter. Don't you think Al Heyman could come up with 50 million? Huh? Then you say you're a fighter if you come up with 50 million? And he did the next day? Then the shit started hitting the bubble. Well, we need to see proof of this and that. No. You don't need to see shit. But they showed him anyway. Then here we go. We got to make up our mind because we got a mandatory that we got 24 hours or we get stripped. Well, hell, I didn't know 24 hours was 3 weeks. My math all fucked up. I'm going to go back and see Miss Calloway, my math teacher. I'm saying, Miss Calloway, you fucked me up with this math shit. Bullshit. That's all it is, a bullshitter. Then maybe, just maybe, the UK people will understand who the fuck Eddie Hearn is once Deontay Wilder win and knock Tyson the fuck out. And then Anthony Joshua, he wanted for the April date, right? Or it's another bluff. No. He's not going to get him in April. Watch. See, that's why I say Deontay Wilder don't need Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua needs him. My boy over in the UK. My boy, Blood, he got a guy over in the UK that can't stand Anthony Joshua. And he's right. He ain't going to fight nobody outside his country. They're going to have to come to him. He didn't even want Deontay Wilder to walk in the ring. Because if he do, and he look bad and don't take the fight, then he going to get called the coward anyway. And they already started that. It's just more supporters than naysayers. Let me get back to reading this real fast. That's right, Gregory. Yeah. Most fans, Jay Good said most fans can accept an error, come back and avenge it. Just like Leo Santa Cruz did. You're right. Like the previous greats did. This generation is brainwashed into being undefeated for success. Bingo. Evander had multiple losses. Okay, what happened? It jumped. Okay. Okay, this messing. Okay. Let me go back. Okay. Accept the L. Okay. Evander had multiple losses, but he was a warrior and will always have my respect no matter what. You're right. He was. He was. He was a warrior. Yep. Pound agreed to 2 fights. Lewis, he ended up retiring at 2 brutal fights with Kalada. Dude, and it's a tumor. Okay. I don't know what happened with that. But yeah, I get you. Yeah. Oh, okay. There you go. Okay, fuck this marinating bullshit. Cause look what happened when Bo finally agreed to fight Lewis. He ended up retiring after 2 brutal fights with Galata, who was viewed as a tune-up. Oh yes, you're right. You're right, Marcus. You know, they killed me trying to marinate the fight. Now, Eddie Hearn daddy, Barry Hearn, came out his mouth and said, hey, this is a $300 million fight right now. If we just let it sit for 2 years at least, it could be an $800 million fight. Anything can happen in 2 years. My ass can have a heart attack and die in 6 months. The best should be fighting the best, and the ultimate goal, the motherfucking ultimate goal for any boxer should be unification. And I will listen to retro boxing documentary. And it's a damn shame. You only have 2 undisputed champs since 10 plus years. Yusuf and Crawford. That's it. That's all we get. The American people. That's all we got. That's all we can get. And I'm going to tell you, we got some great fighters. But what's stopping that is money. It's money. And good footwork, good speed. Look at Leo Santa Cruz and Gary Russell Jr. Gary Russell Jr. can't buy a fight with that motherfucker. Why? Because he knows Gary Russell Jr. supposed to have the fastest hand in boxing, no matter if you throw 200 per round, Leo. But Gary Russell Jr. ain't gonna let you stand there and slap him side the head, toe to toe. He got great ring generalship. He can throw a triple jab on your ass in a minute before you throw one. See, he don't fight that Mexican style. He fight like he was taught to fight. So, therefore, fighters like Leo Santa Cruz, Canelo, Triple G, they stay away from the black fighters that have great feet, have great technical skills, great balance, great positioning, and a motherfucking great jab. Why? We all know everything you do when you're in that ring works off the jab. Works off the jab. Fake the jab. Come over in with overhand right. Boom. There you go. We all know that. We're all boxing fans. We know that. Even your casual fans, we know that shit. But the moral of this motherfucking live stream. When will true fighters step up? We don't have any left. Deontay Wilder, all Tyson Fury been through. I mean, one fighter couldn't have been through enough. So you know what? That's okay. If they don't want to fight unless they get paid a certain amount of money, don't let the motherfuckers fight. That's all. Shove their ass. Sure, we'd love to see them fight. But sometimes it has to be up to the fans. It has to be up to the media. And I ain't talking about the old media. The one that say things that they want to hear. The one that say, well, you look great out there, man. You look great out there, champ. Wow. And all he did was held for 7 to 8 rounds. And he looked great. See, that old media do that for tickets and for a sandwich and some chips and get invited to the presser, you know, that type of shit. Now, a new media person be like, man, why was you holding so much? You know? Why you didn't let your hands go? Why did you hit on the brake? If you couldn't beat him from the outside, you should have made it rough and dirty on the inside. You know, shit like that, strategy like that and shit, you know? But we ain't gonna get no media talking like that these days, but new media. It is what it is, people. That's all KQKC saying. I'm a new channel, and I need subs. Yes, I do. But I'm not going to sell out. I'm going to tell it like it is. Yes, I am. I don't give a shit who it is. I respect Al Heyman. I respect Al Heyman because, first, he's a black man. And 2, he's a smart black man. And I support minorities. If he was a Hispanic, I would support him too. Any minority, I will support. Yes, I will. And you know what? Hands down, he's showing their asses something. First quarter, I believe it might not be the fights we want to see, but it's an appetizer. Like they all say, it's an appetizer to what the big fights that will be coming. Then you got, that's just the Fox and PB side. Then you got the Showtime and PB side. They would be announcing their lineup in January. Now, with those combined, we're looking at 2 to 3 fights per month. And we're talking about great fighters. We're not talking about the zone. We're talking about PBC. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, don't get me wrong. Okay? The zone is great. All right? It's great for boxing. Put it that way. At least they boxing. That's all I can say about him, really. I mean, sure, the zone is pissed off at Eddie Hearn because they wanted him to go out and get some top-notch fighters, in which he didn't. Which, okay, you know, but he did do what they say, go out and get some fighters, but they're not top-notch. So, when I looked at PBC, when they did their unveiling of their first quarter, the first 3 months, and they had it in a studio, very professional. Then I looked around at all the fighters. They were suited up. They had the gel in their hairs. They had the spit shine on the shoes. You know, they all were dressed for success. Now, you see the difference? The Zone had it in a warehouse. Both fighters on there, we didn't know. They wore jeans, sweats, whatever. Demetrius and Andre doing karate kicks across the floor. Anthony Joshua didn't do nothing after he was called a pussy so many times and talking about how his mama looked in a dress. He just still didn't do anything. He didn't even go out though. You see the difference? Professionalism goes a long ways. I don't know about you, but I can tell a lot about a person just the way they dress. Oh, yes. Now, you got some weird dresses out there. You got niggas with weird hairstyles, but they still intelligent. And that surprised the hell out of me. In retro, you're right, brother. Ever since the plantation that we was on, like it or not, back then we voted Republican. Blacks were voting Republican back then. Because why? Because our slave masters were Republicans. Lincoln freed the slaves. Then it flipped. It flipped. Oh boy, did it motherfucking slip. It's toxic now to say you're a black Republican. You got Texas. I don't think they'll never flip Democrat. But it looks like they're going purple. I'm not trying to get political here, but I'm just saying the different sections and the inner cities that we go through. I'm in Chicago. I grew up in Inglewood, where all the shooting and raping and everything is going on. When I was living there, it wasn't like that. You know, it wasn't like that. That crack academic fucked up a lot of people. And trust me, coming up in the days, I was a player. I was a player from the Himalayas, baby. Then they got hold to that crack shit, and it looked like shit. I mean, it was amazing how a fine-ass woman with an apple-ass ass turned into a skinny crackhead. That blew my mind. You know, I said, you know what? It's time for me to get the hell up out of here. Getting shooting at night. People getting killed. I seen 3 people get killed in person. You know, but that comes from parenting. That's coming from, well, what you got, I want. But I want to get it the easy way. I don't want to wait all them years and study and do this and that. Hey, we got to change, people. And hate it or not, like it or not, our boxers, football player, basketball player, whatever, sometimes they got to set the example. Sure, Floyd Mayweather, he earned his money. He can spend it the way he can, the way he wants. But what's wrong with looking out for your own community? You from Michigan. They need help like a motherfucker down there. They went bankrupt. And all you got to do is go down there and do something like LeBron James do. I ain't talking about giving away turkeys. Everybody do that shit. I ain't talking about handing out $25 to somebody homeless. No. Make an impact. Build a school in the inner cities. Build a top-notch school in the inner cities. Build a girls and boys club in the inner cities. Build something for these boys and girls that's carrying these pistols, carrying these assault rifles, will have something other than target practice on another motherfucker and do right. What's up, Kurt? Retro Boxing and documentary said Al Heyman is just looking out for his interests. The zone is all right. I have it. It just needs better fighters. That's correct. Brother, I'm glad I'm here. I hear we need more of us older brothers talking boxing. Glad you're here. Hey, I appreciate it. Oh yeah, Floyd is selfish. He is. Floyd is selfish. Let me go up see did I miss anybody. Okay. We've been the best on the plantation. Okay, Curtis. Hey, salute, Curtis. All right. Salute, brother. All right. Yeah. I hear you, blood, man. Yes, sir. Yeah, like I said, the zone, I don't wish no bad intentions on the zone. Sure, they need better fighters. I used to call them a stable of unmisfit fighters. But boxing is boxing. If you love boxing, if you care enough for boxing, you wouldn't mind having more boxing, like the zone. Boxing is boxing. I don't give a fuck where it come from. I wish I could turn on the TV and see a boxing match every time I turn that motherfucker on. It doesn't matter. See, boxing, they right. It is the sweet science. It's strategy. It's not just going in the ring and just slug it out. It's called boxing, not slugging. You figure out what your opponent is thinking, and he's trying to figure out what you're thinking, and all y'all are is a few inches away. And while y'all thinking, you have to be on your P's and Q's so you won't get knocked out. It's a sport. It's a thinking sport. It's a weight sport. It's a power sport. It's an individual sport. There's no such thing as I want to thank my teammates. No. Maybe I want to thank my cut man, my trainer. But once you step in that ring, you by yourself. Ain't no team. No, sir. You by yourself. It's only 3 people in that ring. You and your opponent and the referee. That's it. That's it. And you're right. I mean, even Terrence Crawford, young brother, him and his trainer, Bomac, they built a gym. They built a gym in the inner city. Why? Because Terrence Crawford said he didn't want these young brothers, 10, 11, 12, grow up like he did. He wants them to have something to do, something to go where they can be safe. You don't have to be a boxer. You can go there and play basketball. You go there and do other things. A lot of people don't know Terrence Crawford got shot in the head at a dice game. Thank God the bullet just skinned him. And sometimes you have to go through shit like that to change your fucking thinking and life. And that's what he did. He took boxing serious. He left those niggas alone because you don't want to be a follower. You're a leader. Or you have to think like one. And I bet everybody that went to high school with this person, I guarantee you one of them did. One of them took the low road. And only thing you can say is, I hope he got right with his God before that happened. That's all I'm saying. Now, if anybody have any questions for KQKC, I know I run my mouth a lot, but it is what it is, and I have to tell it like it is. I'm a new channel. I admit that, but I'm not new to this shit. Oh no, I'm not. So, fire away. You got any questions? Feel free to answer. If you like this content, hit that like button. I can use all the likes I can get. Shit. I just started. I can use all the subs I can get. And we all know the PayPal, has helped keep this channel running. And like I say, I don't have all the fancy this and that, but hey, I'm trying to keep it going, and I'm trying to support my cause. And that's cancer, And I think I told someone this, maybe a couple days ago. I went to my normal hospital I visit. It's in Evergreen Park. It's called Little Company of Mary. And it was a young lady with cancer. She was only 34 or 35. She didn't have nobody. I mean, nobody. No, her mother, father died in a car accident. And it was just her and her sister. Her sister is strung out on drugs, this and that. And you know how that goes. So she's pretty much by herself, And I went in and I just sat with her and talked with her, But she couldn't really talk because she was in a lot of pain because she's in stage 5, And she didn't have any insurance, and chemo takes a lot out of you, and plus it costs. So that's why, I made that pledge that, whoever do give a donation to my PayPal, that, I promise, that I will do what I can to help out, But, it's not about me, I understand, but, it's about this fight December 1st. Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Eddie Hearn had no damn right to open his damn mouth and say what he said. No, regardless, that would be a great fight. And I'm glad they came out with all access, because I was wondering that I don't want this wave to die down. I want to keep the same energy that everybody else have all the way just to December 1st. And I believe all access came in right on time. And I like that. I like that a lot. So with that, you know what? That's all I have for you right now. Like I say, I'm KQ of KC Boxing Channel. Now, if you want to get in touch with me, always look in the description box. You'll see my email, Gmail, and Twitter account. Now, my email always check every hour on the hour. And also, if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, feel free to do so. I need the subs and the likes. Hit the like button on the way out. And also, keep in mind, I am not new to this boxing shit. I'm just true to this boxing shit. And with that, that's all I have for you. So I want everybody to have a great day. Peace and love.